People from the library's Writers Club contribute as well. So I think I'll just pick a couple of them. And I think we have a couple of teachers here tonight, and if anyone would like to share one of their students' work in front of everybody, feel free to come up and steal the book from me. So, the first one I would like to read is actually from somebody who has written something under the pen name of Maya Kai, and it's called 14th Century Christmas. Now this one is based on history, so it's not a memory per se, but I really love it, and so I think everybody here will enjoy it too. Oui, Monsieur Drake, the pleasure be all mine. Tradition holds we must have food to last the day, many candles to keep the tables alight, and a Yule log lit by thee for thy crew, as no master is greater than servant, saith our Lord and King. If it pleases thee, Monsieur, might I be shown what lies in the storeroom, and begin preparations? And what be lacking? Go to market in Messina, when the Golden Hind docks. Oui, Monsieur, I'm probably saying that totally wrong. Monsieur Drake, ma mère taught me well what the heart and stomach desire upon a feast day. Smiling politely, hast thee enough wine and ale for a day? The feast must begin with soup or broth. One can't forget the spiced wine, as the spices are needed to open and warm the stomach. I shall prepare pipe farces, cheese sticks battered with egg yolks, salt and wine, fried in beef marrow. These shall aid the onset of digestion and strengthen any weak stomach. Peaches are moist and sweet for the palate. Soup must be followed by greens, as lettuce, cabbage laced with herbs, aside meats slathered in tasty sauces. For fish, a delightful sauce may be of applesauce prepared with almond milk, olive oil, and ground spices. My favorite sauce is filled with oysters, mussels, crabs, lobster, and clams prepared in almond milk. Stewed chicken, beef, or pork are flavored with mustard and eaten with cheese. Rice shall be seasoned with ground almonds, milk, and sugar. Pears and chestnuts delight the senses. Nuts in plenty will follow the fish. Do not forget the wine and endless ale. It will be needed to wash down such heavy morsels. The boar's head now served, and a barnacle goose. Let us not forget to sing a verse to light our spirits. Plum pudding, kebabs, mincemeat pie made with heavy dried fruit, and Nombles pie. Lest we forget our humility and remember whence our King was born. Perhaps more pipe farces. The day shall be summed up with gingerbread made with spice, sugar, almonds, and citrus fruit in the manner prepared as by the monks. Apple pie spiced, sweet fruit, and cakes washed down with spiced wine. Marzipan shall be the crowning treat, shaped and painted to depict our Lord's birth. Angels, sheep, a lamb, and treasures as the Magi did bring. Ground almonds made into a paste, with sugar shall be frosted with sugar and rosewater, to have it shine like ice. The tables shall be laden, such and trimmed with green and candles. There shall be much time for talk, music, and entertainment with the many gifts of the crew. I ask thee in return to begin the feast with God's blessing, prayed on bended knee. Give praise to our Lord and King this day. He was born of our Blessed Lady. Thou hast promised me time to find solace in a church in Messina. I would like to, with thy permission, to carry my ration of the day's feast to the hungry I find on my walk to a church. If thee hast the desire to share of thy bounty upon the Golden Hind with those stricken in poverty, I will gladly offer my hand to help. My days shall end kneeling on a church floor to venerate my Lord and King, for the day belongs to him. All glory and praise I sing to my King. Amen. And then it ends with a 12th century Latin translation of O Come, Emmanuel. Would you guys like to hear it? Sure? I don't speak very good Latin, so I will do my best. This is a very rough English translation. O come, thou day's spring, come and cheer our spirits by thine advent here. Disperse the gloomy clouds of night, and death's dark shadows put to flight. O come, thou King, thou Key of David, come, and open wide our heavenly home. Make safe the way that leads on high, and close the path to misery. O come, great Lord of might, who to thy tribes on Sinai's height in ancient times once gave the law in cloud and majesty and awe. O come, thou root of Jesse's tree, and in sign of thy people be. Before thee rulers silent fall, all peoples on thy mercy call. O come, desire of nations, bind in one the hearts of all mankind. Bid thou our sad division cease, and be thyself our King of peace. That one.